Hey, hi, and welcome to another episode of Game of Two Halves. We are back with another episode, and this episode we've got a lot of things special. Not only are we announcing who is the winner of the contest we announced last week, we've got special guests in this episode who are going to help us predict the Chelsea Arsenal games happening in game week 5, 6. What are we in?
Ep6.
Game week 6. How are you doing, man?
Good man. How are you?
Good, good, man. Loving life and enjoying time.
I see it. I see it. Yeah, yeah,
Come on, show us yours, man. Don't hide it.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's so weird having friends who support other teams, right? Because then, like once a week, you have to be like enemies, and then the rest of the week you have to get back to normal. Very weird feeling it is.
Well, that's what keeps it exciting, no? So
Yeah. I
that's
thought you were going to say you're going to say that I don't consider any Arsenal fans as rivals anymore.
no, that I mean, see, you already understood that. So, stressing on the important things.
All
But
right, getting into the show. Last week we had a few predictions. We looked at a few matches. Arsenal getting their win. Chelsea obviously getting their win. A lot of people getting their wins. And then before this episode, we also had the what do you call it? EFL Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup, yeah. The League Cup.
Yeah. What happened to Chelsea, man?
Oh, we just made it through, man. We ran into a stubborn Aston Villa team, and it was a really good game. I didn't
Oof.
watch the whole game. It
Yeah.
was quite late at night, so I watched 45 minutes, and then I just fell
Yeah.
asleep and woke up in the morning to see that we won on penalties. So yeah, just
Yeah,
kept it.
man. But I was kind of because it was during the same. I think it was during the same time during the Arsenal match as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't really get to watch the match. But I was there for the last part of it, and then Aston Villa just I feel they bottled it up, man. But Chelsea just scraping through. At one point in time, it looked like besides Man City, Arsenal would be the only club going through because Manchester United struggled, Chelsea struggled, Tottenham struggled. Tottenham and Chelsea both went into the next round because of
Penalties.
penalties.
Yeah.
They thought like, yes, Arsenal, maybe something out of this tournament, but not so easy.
Yeah, yeah. No, never. I mean, not. I mean, no game is easy. Sorry, in any of the
Yeah,
tournaments, and obviously, all
true.
these teams fielded a very weakened side. So,
Yes.
except for Manchester United, I mean, their team should beat the West Ham team that was fielded any
Yeah.
day. But then,
Yeah, but even the Chelsea team, if you see, it's not like you fielded some youngsters, man.
no, no,
It was
no.
full of like it was like I think the most expensive team playing in that tournament.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not saying that we fielded youngsters. I'm saying that the sides
Yeah,
were a little weakened. Yeah, I mean, you never say that Timo Werner playing up front is a weak team, but we know how Timo Werner has been playing in the past few months in the Premier League. So the whole season last year, in fact. But yeah,
yeah,
just happy to make it through, man. And the cup game, it's good to win that, but the focus, I'm sure, this year is on Premier League and obviously the Champions League.
yeah. And we've got a few interesting matches coming up this week. We've got obviously the
North London derby.
Arsenal versus Spurs, the North London derby coming up. We've got the champions of Europe facing the champions of England. So the Manchester City versus Chelsea game, and we've got some guests to talk about it. So
Yeah.
check this out. And today to discuss the games coming up this weekend, we've got two guests on the show. Let me welcome Heston and Craig. Hey Heston, hey Craig.
Hey guys,
Hey,
welcome to our podcast.
yeah, hi, hi.
Yeah, so it so happens that Valley and I both know Heston from Kuwait, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a
and I'm
good
thinking
connection.
whether it's a good thing now, given what we were talking just before we got into the show.
And Craig is from Goa. Craig is from old Goa, and he also has a Kuwait connection. His dad also is in Kuwait right now. But I've never met Craig in person. So thank you, Craig, for being on our show, and we will definitely try and catch up in person sometime this season. But yeah, this section is about the two big games this weekend. Valley, what are the games? What do you have for us?
Oh man, I think this weekend is a big test. For, talking from an Arsenal point of view, we've got the North London derby. So we are hosting Spurs. We got the North London derby, and then Chelsea also have a good game. Who are you guys playing?
Oh man, we are playing the Premier League champions
Yeah.
of last season, Man City, and like you said, like how it's a test for you in a different aspect. It is for us, in a different way. Like we are challenging for the title now. So this
Yeah.
is, I think, the defining game of our season. I won't say the result of this will change what happens, but it's a real big test for us now, more bigger than the Liverpool game away. What do you think, Craig? What are your thoughts about the game? Since we are doing the first game at 5 o'clock on Saturday, let's get thoughts about that first. Yeah.
We are hosting it right on Stamford Bridge.
Yes. It is at home.
So it will be a big test for us since we defeated them in the Champions League in the Champions League final. So they'll come out all guns blazing against us. So
Yeah. What?
I'm expecting a very good game.
Yeah. What do you think? So you said they'll come out all guns blazing, but they don't have a
Uh,
striker. So
no,
what do you think? How do you think they're going to set up? I know that Kevin De Bruyne has a really good record against Chelsea. We call him
yeah.
KDB in FPL. So I'm going to be a little worried about KDB. If we can keep him down, I think we have a good
Yeah.
chance of winning this game. But otherwise, who do you think is a threat to us from that Manchester City team right now?
Mm, Must be a Phil Foden, yeah, and KBD, both of them.
Yeah,
Even
Foden.
Mahrez also. If they play false nine, these three are a threat to us.
True.
I think
What do
Grealish.
you guys think? Yeah, what do Valley and Heston think about the game?
No,
I
just
think
my
Chelsea
initial
are
thought.
better. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, Wally.
No,
I
go ahead,
think
Aston.
Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea. I think are looking favorites for this game just in terms of form and plus
Yeah.
having Lukaku up front. As long as you are not playing, what's his name, the other striker
Werner.
who's playing on the wing,
Timo.
Werner. Yes, as long
Werner
as
will
you're
not
not
start.
playing Werner, as long as Werner is not playing, Chelsea has a very good chance at least to score in the first half with Lukaku.
Yeah.
He will just bully the Chelsea the Man
City.
City defense. Yeah, but in terms of City threat scoring, I don't think De Bruyne is the one. I think you got to look at the other midfielders who might score. Yes, you have Sterling and Mahrez on the wing, but Grealish, Grealish will
Hey,
pull
yeah, we
strings
forgot about
around.
Grealish. Yeah.
Yeah, Grealish will be
Yes, Grealish is the one to watch because everybody will go behind De Bruyne, and if they leave Grealish free, he will be a threat.
Yeah. No,
But
really,
I feel going on form, Chelsea is gonna win this.
yeah,
And
we'll
in
come
terms
back
of a
to
fan
Grealish,
thing, draw
right?
for the table. Draws are good for the table.
You want a draw, but you are saying Chelsea will win. Well, you were saying something.
Yeah, I'm saying just on paper, like if you're a marketing guy, this is the best game to market because it's champions of Europe versus champions of England playing. So it's
Exactly.
definitely right from that start. It's an amazing contest to watch. Currently, I think Chelsea is storming the Premier League the way they've been playing their football and stuff like that. Manchester City have had a lukewarm kind of start to the season. I don't think they've really started out that great. But then if you look at last season as an indicator, last
Yeah.
season also they were shit, and then they just they went full throttle towards the end, and they won at what 19
They
in a row
were
or
they
something like
were
that.
eighth. They were eighth at
Yeah,
Christmas last year.
yeah. and then they just won everything in a row. And so, it's never an easy fight with Manchester City. But my thought is more than the players on the pitch. Like, that you have good talent on the pitch, with Sterling, Grealish, Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, or if you look at Lukaku or Kante or whoever's there for Chelsea. I feel it's going to be a more battle between the two managers, between Pep and Tuchel, because it's going to be more about tactics. If you talk about quality on the pitch, both have equally good quality. Maybe Man City is missing an out-and-out striker, but I think it's going to be who's going to get the better of the other is in terms of the
But
tactics, the formation.
Valley, just to that point, Tuchel played
Hmm.
Pep 3 times last season, and he beat
Yeah.
him all 3 times. So it just looks to me like it's a one-sided contest so far, and
Hmm.
Tuchel has always outsmarted and outplayed Pep in terms of the way he sets up the strategy and the game that Chelsea play
Whoever
against them.
wins the midfield, whoever controls the midfield is going to control the game tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it continues, obviously, in this game also.
Yeah.
So,
And then speaking about setup, who are you looking at your playing 11 in Chelsea then? What is your formation that you're going to be going against Man City? Who is going to be, I feel, playing a lot of games in the channels, in the wings. So how are you guys going to be setting up?
man, I'm going to keep the back three the same. I'm going to have Aspilicueta, Silva, and Rudiger as the back three. And definitely James and Alonso is going to play on the wings because James played against Man City in all the 3 games, I think I remember. And he is very strong on that right wing, man. So he will keep going in front and he'll keep putting those balls to Lukaku. And he's a threat on that right wing. And left, I see it close to impossible to not play Alonso in that role. He's in the form of his life in these last 5 games. And I don't know if you watched that game against Tottenham. He was he was playing like a striker.
Everywhere,
Yeah, he's
everywhere.
like a striker in a defensive position, man. Like Alonso is just too good. So I don't see how Tuchel is going to even remove him out or think of removing him out. So these 5 are set for me. Your midfield will be your Kante and Jorginho, obviously, and then you'll have your Lukaku on top. You'll have Kai starting here, and I'm only worried about here now with Mount out. I think Mount is out, and Pulisic is also out for this game week. So I have a feeling that Werner might start,
Yeah,
or maybe ZH might start here, and Kai might
yeah,
start
they
this
might
side.
start.
They might change that a bit, but that won't make that much of a difference right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you, Craig? Do you have anything different in mind as to how Chelsea will set up for this game?
So I'll go with Vijay with the same formation 3-4-2-1.
Okay.
Depth three, midfield to four and three up front.
Yeah.
It helps us in
All right.
attacking and defensive ways too.
Yeah. So before we move on to the North London derby, any predictions you have, Craig? What are your predictions for the game?
I'll go with 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, that was exactly my prediction also, man. 2-0, I feel Chelsea is going to win this one. All right, over to you, Valley, and to the North London derby. Or you want to make predictions
Yeah.
for this game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a win for Chelsea, but I feel it's not going to be a 2-0. I think it's a 2-1 for me. I feel Man City will score
And where do you think
because
the goal will come from?
I feel
No,
it's
Grealish.
yeah.
Grealish for me is scoring tomorrow, and I think it'll be a draw. 1-1.
just to give you a fact from last game week, they drew
Yeah.
they drew 0-0 to Southampton at Etihad,
Yeah.
and they had only
Yeah.
one shot on target in the entire game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
But
just
I
I'm just
think
interested to know where the goal is going to come from.
I've seen Man City struggle against smaller teams a couple of
Yeah,
times, depending on what kind of strategy the smaller teams go. And most of the smaller teams play the similar game setup that what Man City does, like high press on the ball kind of a thing. So when you counter Man City with that same game style, they then struggle if you're good at it.
Right.
And sometimes the smaller teams are much more hungry to play that, and they give it their all. whereas Chelsea plays a very different style of football. Again, it's a lot of flair now
But
I see with
that's
Tuchel.
how if sorry to interrupt, but that's how we scored against them. I think it was a goal we scored on counter in the Champions League final. Then
Exactly.
one ball was given to Mount, and he just found a split and passed it to Havertz. So yeah.
Exactly. So that's how Chelsea plays. So because of that, I feel Chelsea will be able to soak in a lot of pressure. But Man City is so good at creating chances normally on a normal good day that I feel they would be able to slip one in, man.
Okay, cool. And yours, Heston?
I have a feeling Chelsea will win, but I'm going for a 1-all draw. And if Man City's defense handles Lukaku, then it will be very interesting to watch. Because if Stones is going to play, I am sure Lukaku is going to be all over it, and he'll be hungry to score.
I think
But I
Stones
will
is
Do
go
you
for a
think
out.
1-all.
I think Stones is
how
out.
many
I
of
don't
you
think so.
guys are saying that Lukaku is going to score in this game?
I have
I
a
am sure Lukaku is going to score.
Lukaku is
I'm
going to
like,
score. I
look,
have a feeling he is
for
going to
me,
score.
my scorers for Chelsea, I am going for a 1-all draw. But I think either Lukaku or Havertz is going to score for Chelsea. And for
Both will
City,
score.
I think either the Grealish and either Grealish will score, or maybe you'll have the Mahrez. I don't see Sterling scoring.
All right, all right. So I think we'll move on to the game on Saturday showtime. Sorry, Sunday showtime. The North London derby.
Yeah, the
So
bigger game of the
yeah, definitely like the biggest game in London. So
yeah.
yeah, Veli, what are your thoughts, or what are your? Let's start with you there.
Yeah, I think in terms of games in the Premier League, there's no bigger game for Arsenal than the North London derby. No matter where Arsenal is, even if we are 20th and it's the last day of the Premier League, the North London derby is a completely different game. So form, class, players, injuries, everything just goes out of the window because it's more emotion. Over the years, maybe it's not been the same type of thrill like what we've probably been used to, because a lot of the players are new. They don't really identify with the club and its history and stuff like that. But for fans, it's still a matter of pride. So it doesn't matter where in the league we are. When I'm saying it's not just Arsenal, but Tottenham as well. So for me, it's a big game. And also, we were looking at where Arsenal was when we went into the international break. The last time Arsenal had not scored a goal, had lost all of its games, and was sitting at the bottom of the league. Tottenham, and we spoke about this in our podcast, was on top of the league, having won all of its games. Now, suddenly, Arsenal has kind of found some sort of rhythm. I can't say they're really doing well because we just scored 2 goals. But Tottenham have lost the last 2 games on the bounce. We have won the last 2 games on the bounce. And then we play Tottenham, and then we go into an international break. So I feel it's a very
No,
important
there's one
game
more game week
for.
after that, but yeah,
Is it?
If we
yeah.
score if we beat them by 2, we go over them in the table.
There's one more round of game. There's one more round of games next week, and after that we go into international break. But yeah,
That's the optimistic Heston. This is where Arsenal fans are always divided.
No,
but
no,
you have
no.
not
But
scored two
in
goals
terms
in a
of
game this season, dude. You have not scored 2 goals in a
yeah,
game.
yeah. But
Yeah.
In
like
the
like
Premier
Valley
League.
said,
In the Premier
in
League,
the
yeah.
Premier League. But like Valley said,
Yeah,
it's Tottenham. So I
yeah.
have a thing that
Yeah.
I would prefer Aubameyang to be on the bench and Lacazette to
Oh,
start, because if Lacazette
okay.
starts, I think Lacazette will score. I don't want both of them in the team together. I don't think that works
But
for
but
Arsenal.
but I just read a stat somewhere that Aubameyang has a better goal scoring record against Tottenham at the Emirates. So
Yeah, stats aside,
why would you want
form.
him? Like
It's just the
stats are
form
based
and the
on.
body language. I feel looking at Lacazette's body language in the games he's played, and Oba's this, I think Laka is more hungry, and with Tottenham, I think he should start. That's my feeling, anyways. But regardless of the feeling, I think Arsenal are going to win that game.
Oh wow.
That is like this game Arsenal is going to win.
So what
Mainly because Harry Kane. I hope Harry Kane doesn't score. Like Arteta is out to break all of Arsenal's records, the wrong records. But Harry Kane has not. Yeah, Harry Kane has scored not scored for 4 league games. I hope that continues. And
Yeah, but
I
he
don't know
scored
whether
midweek,
Son. Yeah, he scored midweek, but he didn't score
not
in the
in the
Premier
league.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
in the league, he's in the Premier League. He's not scored. No. Yeah. So let that stay as it is. And I don't know whether Son is playing. Son was injured the last
Playing.
time I
He
heard.
played full 90 minutes
Playing.
against
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Then he will be a threat to Arsenal.
I
As long as
I
Arsenal doesn't hit themselves in the foot, shoot themselves rather. Ben White, it'll be good.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this game is going to turn out to be really funny, man. I don't know. Like you said, Valley, I completely agree to what you said. At the turn of the international break, the results for both the teams have been totally different to what they were before that. But I have a funny feeling, man. I think I don't know. I feel Arsenal is going to end up losing this game because uh, Tottenham are just a better quality team, man. In terms of their players right now. Yes,
Yeah,
they've struggled in the last 2 games, and Harry Kane is Harry Kane, man. He might not score in 5 games, but he just needs that one goal, and and
he's
nothing better
like
for
the
him
Drogba.
than to score in the North London derby and get his form back up. So I don't know. I see a lot of goals in that game for sure. Both the teams' defenses are really bad, so I see a few goals in that game. Uh, so I feel it might be 3-1 or 3-2 to Tottenham, man.
I'm going 3-1 to Arsenal.
What do you
Kane
think,
Greg, what are
Valley?
your
scoring.
thoughts?
I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Valley, what are your
All right.
predictions?
Interesting. I feel it's going to be a 2-1 win to Arsenal. I do see Tottenham scoring, and Kane has kind of had a good record against Arsenal in these games. Both Kane and Son have always showed up when it's an Arsenal game. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Tottenham have beaten Arsenal just once at home in the last 23 outings. So for Tottenham coming to Arsenal and beating Arsenal at home is not going to be an easy task, no matter how good they are or how many players they have, whether they're playing with 11 or 20 players. It's always a different because, and now with the crowds back, it's a different feeling, man. Playing in the Emirates Stadium against Arsenal, North London derby. So I feel all of that will play into a little bit into our favor. What's really also boosting Arteta and the players is that the last 2 wins, maybe it's not convincing enough, but 2 wins in a row gives some sort of confidence.
I think
Yeah,
he'll
I
start with
hope
the
he
bench
does.
too.
Arteta said the whole squad is available, so now he doesn't have the excuse that his players were not available.
I don't
What's
think
Because
so.
your
Is
yeah,
ready.
what's your opinion on Tomiyasu? I've not watched a lot of Arsenal
I
games, but
like
Oh, he's
I think
I
he's
like
settling
amazing.
him.
in well, I guess, right?
Big
Oof,
fan.
I
Big
think he's one of the best
like
defenders we've hired in the last 5 years.
the thing is,
Uh,
see, that's the way Valley is describing it is because we've got used to watching Hector Bellerin over the years.
yeah,
That anybody who can actually defend makes us feel that, oh, this fellow is world class. He's good.
yeah,
He started so well,
Rishi,
but the bar was so low for us with Hector Bellerin in his last few years' performance. So
Sorry.
I was just saying the bar was set so low with Hector Bellerin and his defense that anybody who's come after that and who's performing the way Tomiyasu has been performing, you are like amazing, world class. We finally have a defender.
I mean, I see we
He-
can't base our opinion based on just 3 or 4 games, but from what these 3 or 4
yeah,
games I see, I think he's definitely. I'm not even looking as a comparison with Bellerin because Bellerin on his good days also was amazing initially before his injury. But Tomiyasu, in terms of aerial duels, I think he's won
in
all of them
yeah,
since he's played. So
the
that's
Burnley
something
game,
that yeah, not just
the
the Burnley,
Burnley game he won. Burnley
even
was
the
a very
previous
big test
game.
for Arsenal,
Yeah,
and he won everything. The Burnley game, he was like a game changer on that side. Like,
What?
Wally, looking at this game, when you saw Arsenal Tottenham, you have a feeling that we are going to win, right? Like,
Yeah, of course.
2-1. Yeah. So that is like the change in confidence. Like when I saw Arsenal in preseason, I watched all of Arsenal's game in preseason, and almost each and every game I felt like breaking the television. Then when the Premier League started, then it was definitely break the television. But after, because there was nothing there, like what happened in
But
preseason continued in the first three games. But now
but
what
Heston, you
we are
must be used to
seeing
it,
in
man.
defense.
I mean, you are an Arsenal fan at the end of the day.
No, man, you can banter me all you want, but what is been
Your
what
television is
I'm
still
a
working, right?
realistic.
Your television is still
I'm
working, right?
Yeah, so I am a realistic
There you
Arsenal.
have the
I am
answer.
a realistic Arsenal fan. I am a, like I say, if I will see and call it the way it is. I will not be like, go back to the glory days kind of a thing. No, we are playing shit. From the past 10 years, we have not been at it. Few cups here and there, yes, that has been good. But in terms of Premier League and the other teams which are there, we are miles off. So at least for another 3-4 years, I don't. And with the management and the owners, I don't see Arsenal even challenging for the league for the next 4 years.
Yeah, thank you, Heston. Thank you, Craig. Craig had to turn off his video for some reason. Thank you guys for your valuable time and for being on our podcast. And hey, Craig, yeah, thank you for being on the
Yeah.
show, and thank you for your joining our big games for the weekend. Valley, you want to tell them something before we end the show?
Yeah, thanks, Heston. Thanks, Greg, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed coming on the show as much as we enjoyed hosting you guys. I hope all your predictions come true for both Heston and for Craig. And all the best for the weekend. And maybe we can catch up and review some of these games that we've kind of are predicting today. So thanks for joining,
Yep.
guys.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you
for
guys for
having
joining.
us. Yeah,
All
have a
right.
nice weekend. And whoever's in
Thank you.
FPL, let's beat Vijay.
Now, Valley, you have two. Now you have two with you. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
man.
guys. Yeah, thank you guys,
Yeah,
and
bye.
bye.
All right. A big thank you to our guests who for joining us and sharing their thoughts with the Chelsea game versus Manchester City and the Arsenal versus Tottenham game. Thanks, Heston. Thanks, Craig. If you would like to be on this show, then write to us in the comments below in this episode, and we could have you join us on the stream. And it was fun. What do you think, Vijay?
Yeah, it was fun, and it was good to hear views of other people than just the two of us talking all the time. And I think we should do more of this. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think it's fun to get we had Heston, who's an Arsenal supporter for a very very long time.
Yeah,
I think even longer than I have been an Arsenal supporter. And it just shows sometimes within the fan base there's so many different opinions that we need to look at, consider
true.
that, and that's what football does.
Yeah,
It's not just that everyone agrees to one same thing and everyone has the same opinion. And that's why we in fact started this podcast, is because we both always have
our
opposite
own. Yeah,
opinions about things, so it's good to
yeah,
have people on the show.
yeah.
And then moving into our favorite segment, which is the FPL. What's happening, man? Tell us.
No, it's been a good week. It's been a good week. I had all green arrows. Scored 70 with a couple of people out. So Alexander Arnold missed out. He was ill, so he didn't play last week. So FPL was
Yeah.
good, but this week is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah. All right. While light is fading in Kuwait, we've got something exciting. We had our contest last week, and we didn't have the turnout that we were hoping for, but we keep our word, Vijay. And
Yep.
for the 4 people who kind of contributed to the contest, thank you very, very much for
Thank you.
encouraging us, subscribing, and also taking part in the contest. And we keep our promise. Even if it was one person commenting, we would keep our promise. So here
Yeah.
goes. We're going to do this randomly. We're going to choose the prize, and then we'll tell
Let's
you
go.
what you need to do. All right, here we go. So we got 4 guys on the board: Ramson Faria, Donald Fernandez, RD, and Boris Menezes. Thank you for taking part in the contest, and all the best to whoever wins this. Here we go. RD, Donville. Oh, it's Donville
Alrighty.
Fernandez.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Donville Fernandez. Donville Fernandez, for our viewers, is a Manchester United supporter. He's currently in Canada, just about to start his day while we're recording this. So hopefully we can share some great news with him after this recording. So Donville, congratulations. We'll figure out a way how to get you your Manchester United jersey. But thank you for taking part, watching each and every episode, commenting on each and every episode, liking our episodes, a good supporter of our channel and what we do. So thanks, Donville, and congratulations. All right, that was our winner, Donville Fernandez, for our contest. On that note, we've had a really exciting episode. We've had guests, we've had contest winners, and we've got a great game week coming up. But that's all for this episode. Make sure that you like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, encourage us, and follow us on Instagram as well. We are looking at increasing our presence online digitally, and if you know how to help us do that, also get in touch with us.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you, Valley. It's been a great weekend, and obviously looking forward to this weekend coming. Just excited, man, as always.
Same here, man, Vijay. It's an exciting week ahead with the North London Derby. But as always, such a pleasure to have you discuss. And we say it's so much fun to do
Yeah,
this, not in person, but almost in person.
almost. Yeah.
Once again, thanks to the guests and congratulations to the winner of the contest. Your jersey will be with you soon. And for rest of you, stay tuned. We'll be having more such surprises coming up. Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
What? 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 What?